Hello everyone, this is Sodhi from Caanwings Consultants Private Limited. Today I'm going to be talking to you about Australia Skilled Migration's skills assessment process. I have handpicked 10 major questions that our clients have been asking us and sending to our team. So I'm here with you today with answers to those questions. The first question I'm going to be discussing with you is about a comparison with Canada. So the question is, what is the difference between Canada's credential evaluation and Australia's skills assessment? Now, Canada's credential evaluation primarily refers to just the qualification assessment, and Australia's skills assessment refers to the assessment of the qualifications as well as work experience. So qualification plus work experience forms the skill set. Therefore, when we're talking about Australia's skills assessment, we're talking a much more comprehensive, in-depth evaluation of the skills of the person as to what kind of employment is he or she in, whether it's highly relevant to the tasks are highly relevant or not, is it paid, is it justifying the role that the person is applying for, and so on. The next question is there a change in the VETASSES fee structure? The answer to that is yes. In fact, this morning itself, we received an update from the VETASSES. Now, before I answer this for you, let me quickly tell you that in Australia, basically, there are 35 assessment bodies that assess occupations for different people, such as accountants, teachers, doctors, nurses, managers, and so on. And VETASSES is one of the largest assessing body that carries out skills assessments for a large number of occupations. And this body has announced this morning that from 1st February onwards, it will be increasing its fee. Therefore, yes, those of you who are looking at applying for a skills assessment with the VETASSES, do hurry up because there is going to be a hike in their application fee. And the next question that I'd like to answer for you is, what is the validity of the skills assessment? Now, this is an interesting question because there are some skills assessment bodies in Australia, such as the Australian Computer Society, that states on the outcome letter that the skills assessment is valid for 2 years. There are bodies such as the Engineers Australia that say that the skills outcome letter, the skills assessment, is valid indefinitely. However, the Department of Home Affairs stipulates that no skills assessment older than 3 years would be valid for migration purposes. Therefore, the answer to the question is, irrespective of whether your assessment is valid indefinitely, it will remain valid for a maximum of 3 years only. And for bodies that state specifically a period that is less than 3 years, such as the ACS, the validity will be 2 years. For VETASSES, the skills assessments are valid for 3 years. Now, having said that, I'd like to also tell you that though the validity is for 3 years, you can always go in for a renewal of your skills assessment or assessment of additional employment of your skills assessment once your skills assessment expires. Now, the next question we have here is whether IELTS or PTE is required at the time of skills assessment. Now, the answer to that is a yes and a no. A no, because majority of the assessment bodies out of the 35 bodies that I talked about do not need an English proficiency score when you're applying for a skills assessment, and the English proficiency comes into play once you get a positive skills assessment. For example, the VETASSES, even if you send them your English proficiency score, they're not even going to look at it. However, some bodies such as the Caans that assess the accountants will be looking at a proficient level English. That will be required as a part of the documents that you submit to them at the time of skills assessment. And the bodies such as the Engineers Australia will be requiring a competent level score, that is 6 each, at the time of skills assessment. The Australian Computer Society, for another example, would not need any evidence of English proficiency score. So, with this, I would like to also mention a lot of people have this think in their mind that, we'll probably start with our Australia immigration process. Once we get done, we've taken our English proficiency test, little realizing that they can get this skills assessment done, and they can always take their English proficiency test at a later step, because for most of the bodies, and at least for VETASSESS, which is the largest assessing body, and even ACS for that matter, you do not need to have a English proficiency score while you're applying for your skills assessment. And the next question we've got is that what are the common reasons for a rejection for a skills assessment? Now, the answer to this question is that during a meeting with the VETASSESS in the month of I think November 2019 or September 2019, I had a chance to discuss with the VETASSESS team, who was meeting a few selected migration agents in India at that time, as to what was the common reason for the rejection. Was it the verification, or was it the inappropriate choice of occupations? And the answer was the inappropriate choice of occupation. So it so happens that people kind of are not able to pick the right kind of occupation for their application. We will get into these details on a case-to-case basis if you have any questions. So yes, having the right occupation is very, very important, and this is probably why, despite the eligibility criteria or the skills assessment process being explained thoroughly on the website of each assessment body, migration agents can help you with the with choosing the right occupation, and with the documents, and with the common challenges clients face with getting a positive skills assessment. And the next question would be that what kind of verification is usually conducted during the skills assessment process? So let's put it this way, that there are basically three kinds of verifications that happen. The first kind of verification is a telephonic verification, wherein you get a call, you or your referee gets a call directly from Australia, from your skills assessor, who inquires into the tasks, duties, and other aspects of your employment and qualification. The other form of verification would be an email sent out to your referee. The third form of verification could be an on-site verification. Now, we haven't really seen any on-site verifications happening during this COVID. Instead, we have seen some video conferencing done with some of our clients, wherein a software called Blue Jeans has been used to speak to the client, the applicant, and have a face-to-face interaction. Now, the next question is that my team has handed over to me to answer for you is, why get a skills assessment done when state nominations are yet to open? Okay, so I'd like to answer this very emphatically here. Please understand that for your migration journey to Australia, getting a positive skills assessment is the first step. Anybody who does not have a positive skills assessment should not even be worrying about state nomination. You do not even need to be looking there, because that is not something that should bother you. What you should be primarily concerned with is getting a positive skills assessment first. So if you do not have a skills assessment, you're not moving forward. And since the skills assessments are valid for 3 years, you have ample of time to look into the nomination opportunities and worry on that front. But first and foremost, get your skills assessment done. Now, the next question is, why get a skills assessment done soon, or as soon as possible? Good one. So this question, I'd like to answer it this way. I've been into the migration field for about 18 years now. It's almost 2 decades. And I have seen that the criteria that have been used to assess certain occupations maybe 5 years back or 3 years back are redundant now. If you prepare the same kind of documentation, give the same evidence of employment, you will probably be assessed negatively. So what I'm basically trying to say is that the internal criteria, or sometimes even the external published criteria for certain occupations, change from time to time. So if you are eligible today, if you're meeting the requirements of a certain occupation today, please do not linger on your decision to move in for a skills assessment, and do not take it for granted that tomorrow the criteria will remain the same. It can change and you could become eligible in times to come. Now, the next question I have for you is, are skills assessment applications lodged during the Christmas holidays? Absolutely yes. The online sense, everything in Australia is done electronically. All the applications are online applications. The application portals are open 24/7. So yes, we do a lot of work during Christmas holidays. We put up a lot of applications. They're lodged on Sundays. They're lodged on late evenings, in late evenings. So yes, work never stops, and you can definitely go ahead and put up your application for skills assessment even during the holiday period. Now, the last question I'm going to take up is, how can I apply for a skills assessment when I'm living in another country or haven't had a chance to physically visit the migration agent? So please let me tell you that majority of the applicants that we work with are through the digital platform. We very rarely have the clients coming into our office. We've got clients all over the world. In fact, now this screenshot that I'm sharing with you, that you can see on your screen now, gives you just an example of the different kind of occupation. Now, we can't even fit in so many occupations. This is just a brief, I would say, gist of the kind of occupations we are getting positive assessments for our clients from, and a brief view into the kind of countries clients apply from. So we do have clients from Canada, from Australia, from Dubai, from India. We have applications coming in from Kerala, Maharashtra, Haryana, Delhi, Jammu and Kashmir, Odisha. We also have applicants getting positive assessments from Bhutan, Pakistan, and so on. So we are available digitally. We need all the documentations in the form of PDFs, and that is how we forward to the assessment bodies as well. We schedule online consults with our clients, and we guide them and answer the questions and move ahead with the applications online. So for you to get your assessment done for your eligibility for skilled migration to Australia, please feel free to call us on 78498, or you can send in your CVs on caanwings@gmail.com. That is CAANWINGS @gmail.com. We'll be happy to look into your CV and advise you about your eligibility for Australia and assist you with your first move to migrating to Australia. That is, help you with your skills assessment. Until next time, goodbye and take care.